Hi, good morning, boys and girls. For our, well, first of all, it's Monday morning. Oh my goodness, getting super close to Thanksgiving. Okay, so this morning for our read by three lesson, we've got several things we're going to do. You're probably going to need something to write with. So you can either use your dry erase board and marker, or you can grab a piece of paper and pencil or marker or whatever you want to write with. Um, so I'll let you pause this for a second and grab what you need to get started. You won't need it for this part here, but we are going to be doing some writing, okay? So pause me. Okay, I assume you have what you need to get started. So we're just going to do a quick review of just reading some words that have some suffixes on the end. Remember, a suffix is letters or a letter or a syllable at the end of the word, and it changes the meaning of the word. So I'm just going to go ahead and underline those suffixes right now, because at any time, if we take these off, we could add a different suffix to the end of the word and make a totally different word. Okay, so if I take off ed, this word is film, but I could make leaving ed on, it's filmed, or I could add ing, I could get filming, I could add s, films. Okay, this word is filmed. So we're just going to go through our words, and Mrs. Mead's going to read, and if you know them, just read them out loud to yourself at home. Filmed, planned, inched, rested, spelled, boxes, wishes, inches, glasses, peaches, foggy. Remember, Y is a suffix, and it's a vowel suffix. Sandy, jumpy, rusty, and lucky. Now, all of these words, boys and girls, have vowel suffixes on them. And when they add those suffixes to those words, you have to follow that 1 + 1 + 1 rule. And this word here, planned, definitely follows that word, or follows that pattern, that rule, because we have if I take off the NED, here is my base word, plan. It is a one-syllable word, plan. It has one vowel, and it's short, plan. It's followed by one consonant. So before they could add the ed, which e is the vowel, all of these were vowel suffixes, they had to double the n before they could make the word planned. Okay? So there's a good example of that right there. Okay? All right, so grab your paper at this time. I'll grab my paper, and we're going to spell some words that have that they have some suffixes on the end of them, and they are vowel suffixes. Okay, so when we're spelling them, we might need to see, are we going to have to double anything, or maybe they follow a different pattern and we already know what we have to add. So the first word that I want you to spell is dresses. Dresses. Okay, the girl dresses herself in the morning. So the suffix is the word is dress, but she dresses. So the suffix is s. Okay, but let's spell dress first. D, dr, s. Okay, dress has two s's on the end of it. Okay, there's a double s there. If I want to make it that she dresses herself, or maybe she has lots of dresses in her closet, there's a rule. I'm going to add either s or es, but this word ends with an s. So the rule tells me that if it ends with an s, I have to add es. Okay, and that rule applies for words that end in x, CH, SH, and S. Do you remember that? Okay, so lots of rules to remember. The next word I want you to spell is the word spelled. Mrs. Mead spelled the wrong word, or Mrs. Mead spelled the word incorrectly. That happens a lot with Mrs. Mead. So the base word is spell. So we're going to spell the word spell. And spell follows that floss rule. It's a one-syllable word with one short vowel. It ends with ol. And dress followed that floss rule because it was a one-syllable word with one short vowel that had s at the end, which means you double. So spell has a double L, okay, because it's a one-syllable word with one short vowel that ends with ol, and we double it, okay? There's only a few words that applies to, okay? That rule's kind of tricky too. So we're making the word spelled. D. Am I just going to add a D? I don't think so. I think the suffix is ed, correct? Yes, spelled, ed. I don't have to double anything because it's already doubled, right? The word has a double L on the end of it, so you just add ed. Okay, so there's our suffixes there. Okay, and the last word is stepped. Stepped. She stepped over the puddle. Stepped. So the base word is step. So let's start with spelling step. St. There's a st, st, st. Blend. St, p. All right, there's the base word. I could make stepped. I could make stepping. I could make steps. But we want to make the word stepped. So if I want to make the word stepped, I'm pretty sure I need to add ed. Ed is a vowel suffix because it has an E. So let's see if it follows our rule of doubling anything. Is it a one-syllable word? Step. Yes. Does it have one short vowel? Yes. E, step. Does it have one final consonant after the vowel? Yes, it does. So I have to double the P before I can add my ED. Stepped. Okay? All right, so there was a good way. We just practiced that right there. All right? So now we're going to just review one second. We're going to review some of our, we're going to review our sight words again. So we're going to read, but we're going to add a new one today, okay? So let's just read. Saw, thought, under, high, own, food, eyes, country, school, near, earth, father, keep, head, city, plants, between, below, trees, started, never, light, every, last, and left. Okay? So the next word that we're going to add is story. That word is story. So let's just, if you've got your whiteboard or a piece of paper or whatever, let's just write it with our finger first, okay? S-T-O-R-Y, story. One more time. S-T-O-R-Y, underline, story. S-T-O-R-Y, story. All right, now you're going to write the word 3 times with your dry erase board or just pen and paper. It doesn't matter. And as you're writing, say the name of each letter. S-T-O-R-Y, story. S-T-O-R-Y, story. You know, most of our words that we learn, they're called memory words for a reason, because you have to just, like, sometimes you just can't sound them out. And so you just see them a lot when you're reading and you know them by memory. But story is actually a word that you could sound out. You know that ST is a blend. It says st. And then I see the word OR, or the letters OR. It makes the word or, st, or. And I also know that Y can make a vowel sound on the end. It can either say E or I. I don't think this is story. I've never heard of story, but I've heard of a story. Okay, so st or E, story. Okay, so that's one we can actually sound out. STORY, story. Now remember, after you have those down 3 times, cover them up and try to spell from memory, okay? So you can pause, try to do it from memory, and then check your work. Okay? All right, I'll let you finish that up. So pause if you need to while you're finishing. And the last bit that we're going to do, I'm going to assume you're back, is we're going to write a sentence today, okay? So I'm going to give you the sentence. I'm going to say it a couple of times, but you may need to pause or you may need to back the video up to hear it. I'm going to read it. And it does have some words that follow this rule. Okay, so if you don't get it, it's okay, because it is tricky, and Mrs. Mead will write the sentence when we're all done. But the sentence is, she slipped when running in the hall. She slipped when running in the hall. She slipped when running in the hall. You should have 7 words in your sentence. She slipped when running in the hall. So you might want to pause this. You might want to back it up so you can hear the sentence again, write it, and then come back and see if you got it right, okay? All right, I'm assuming you're back. She, S-H-E, uppercase S, she slipped. Now, slipped is one of those words that's going to follow this pattern. The base word is slip. Okay? It's a 1-syllable word, slip, 1 short vowel followed by a consonant. I'm going to double the P before I add ED. ED is the suffix. It's a vowel suffix. She slipped when is a sight word, so you might have to pull that from your memory. She slipped when running. Run is the base word. It's a 1-syllable word with 1 short vowel followed by a consonant. I've got to double it before I can add my vowel suffix, ing. She slipped when running in the, and hall is one of those floss rules. H-A-L-L, 1-syllable word, 1 short vowel followed by the ol sound. You got to double. What do I need at the end? A period. It is a telling sentence. She slipped when running in the hall. Okay? So here's that word, and here's one of those words that follows our 1 + 1 + 1 rule. Okay, there it is as we write. All right, boys and girls, that's it for this Monday's lesson. I hope you